Hello and welcome back to West Brom Fan TV. Now, I look very much like I've been shocked by lightning because I'm filming this at work, but championship predictions, we're back. The international break is over. None of that utter woke nonsense anymore. None of that 6-7 crap. Proper football, championship football, and we're all here to enjoy it and for it. Let's get into it. First of all, Preston North End versus Blackburn, a proper horrible Lancashire derby. Preston start the season very brightly. That's why they're in those playoff spots at this moment in time. Really playing well. Heckingbottom is doing a solid job at that side. And a team that are also on the up lately, Blackburn Rovers. They did lose before the international break, but saying that, they've done very well to get themselves a little bit of breathing room from that relegation zone. I think before losing to Derby, they'd won 3 on the bounce, and they weren't easy games. They were quite hard games. Yeah, it's a ding-dang-do, and I think a ding-dang-do derby will result in a Desmond, this one. I'm going Preston 2, Blackburn Rovers 2. Next up is the first 12:30, the first Saturday game. We love Saturday football. Bristol City taking on Swansea. Another bit of a derby then, yeah. They don't like each other, the old Bristolians and the Welsh, do they? Bristol have steadily been pushing along, definitely in the playoff race. Swansea, on the other hand, they sacked their manager before the international break. It's not looking good for them, really. They just can't score for toffee, can they? What do I think is going to happen here? Bristol City 2, Swansea 0. Next up, Charlton taking on Southampton. Now, the mighty Cockneys have been doing well, ain't they? Down in South London, they have been slowly trudging along, 1-0s here and there, and yeah, boom, in the playoff spots. What a way. Let's talk about Southampton. They've been picking up results now. They've sacked Will still. From what I've heard, their style hasn't really changed too much. They've not been playing much differently. They've just been getting results and being more clinical. And yeah, Charlton, the international break came at a bad time for them, I think, because they were flying. And they'd love to have had this in the midweek or the Saturday after their last game. I think Southampton will win again. Charlton 0, Southampton 1. Next up is the game that I'm sure you've all been waiting for, as Coventry City take on West Bromwich Albion at the Coventry Building Society Arena. Now, as many people know, this is, technically my local EFL team. My local team in Eton Town, but I literally live 4 miles from Cov Stadium in a straight line, 4.5, 5 miles. Cov Stadium's in Bedworth, near enough. It's very close. So, yeah, this is a massive game for me. Coventry have been flying, obviously. Asante banged them in for fun. They bounced back to winning ways last weekend. They've only lost once all season, and that was away. Haven't lost at home all season. They are a great side. Well, a fantastic side. Best side in the league. Easily. There's no competition with them. Albion, I mean, we got a good win against Oxford. It wasn't, the most amazing performance in the world, but it's a result. I think we played well. Not, like I said, not incredible. We played well, though. We got the job done. Hegabo on the score sheet as well. Conceding that goal from Lancashire really woke the side up. And, yeah, I'm going to have some faith. We've not been great. Mason's obviously he's on borrowed time unless results start changing. So I'm going to root for Mason. Yeah, I'm root for my team, Coventry City 1. West Bromwich Albion 2. I don't care how it goes in Albion. Just win, please. Next up, anyways, Birmingham City taking on Norwich. Birmingham City playing a lot better, picked up a bit recently. They do very well at home as well. They're getting up there on the playoff race now after a slow start. Norwich are still doomed at the moment. I think they brought in a decent new manager recently. I can't remember his name, to be honest, but he's got a lot of experience at some big, high pedigree clubs. I think this will be quite an easy one for Blues. Birmingham City 3, Norwich City 1. Next up is Derby County taking on Watford. Derby have been a lot better. That's why they're up there now in the playoff race after being a relegation candidate like 3-4 weeks ago. They've had a really good run of form, and yes, they're doing well. And they play 2 strikers up front, which Albion don't. Watford have been, slowly pushing along, way better at home. Away, they're a bit ropey, but they're fantastic at home. And I think what I said at the start of the season, I thought they'd struggle, but I don't see them struggling at all now in terms of a relegation battle. No chance. Saying that, with Watford having quite a poor away record and Derby being flying, I think it's bound to be a Derby win. Derby 1, Watford 0. Next up is Ipswich taking on Wrexham. Ipswich are another team that have got the mojo back, started picking up some points, winning games, and they've got the feel-good factor back there. Declan McKenna got the fans back on his side. I'm sure they never weren't on his side, but he's got a bit more clarity, and I guess they're a lot more confident now after getting a few wins. Taking on a Wrexham side that have been on good form themselves, to be fair. They've been pretty decent. They've been picking up points. So I think it should be a really entertaining game. I want to go for Ipswich 2, Wrexham 2. Next up is Leicester taking on Stoke. A bit of a Midlands affair. Some people saying, is it a derby? Definitely not. Leicester, saved Cifuentes' bacon in their last game. Big 2-1 win away at Norwich City. Seemed like they're playing better football. They actually were scoring some tidy goals instead of just getting the ball like 30 yards out and pinging it top corner or pinging it at goal, because that's all they seemed to do before that Norwich game, and I guess that's why they've fell off quite a bit. The team they're taking on, Stoke, have been fantastic. They're so well organised, so disciplined. Mark Robbins is a cracking manager. Saying that, I think this will be a tough one for Stoke. I don't know why, but I think that international break came at the perfect time for Leicester. Cifuentes has had a chance to bash some heads together. Leicester 2, Stoke City 1. Next up is Oxford United taking on Middlesbrough. Oxford, from what I've seen in the last game, which it was, well, time recording about a week and a few days ago, a week and 2 or 3 days. But I didn't think they were great, to be honest. There's some people saying that they had a good performance. I didn't really think they were anything fantastic, to be honest. I think they're a side that are definitely thick in the relegation battle, because you just know that your Sheffield United, your Norwiches, your teams like that are going to spend silly money in January to get themselves out of the mess that they're in. Whereas Oxford, they don't have that money. The Middlesbrough have been decent, to be fair, up in the playoffs. They're hard to beat. Obviously got rid of Edwards. I'm on the side of the Middlesbrough fans with this situation, personally. I'm going to stick my neck on the line and say that. Great club, and leaving them, they're in such a good position. They're carrying him. Yeah, I think Borough will continue their good form. Oxford 0, Middlesbrough 2. Next up is Portsmouth taking on Millwall. A bit of a ding-dong, not a derby, but, Portsmouth have been really poor, to be honest. They are as dull as dishwater to watch. Can't get wins for toffee at the moment. That's why they're being sucked into relegation battle. Similar situation to Oxford United. Taking on a Millwall side that are up there this season. They look like a serious dark horse for the playoffs. And they've been impressive. I think they've been really good, to be fair, Millwall. It will be a really test of Millwall's character if they can win here. And, keep on pushing in them playoff places. Get a bit of breathing space. But I can't see them doing that. I'm going Portsmouth 0, Millwall 0. Next up is QPR taking on Hull. QPR not been on the best run of form, but they're not near any danger, I guess. Just need to start playing Richard Gonay and start winning games. Taking on a Hull side that have been flying this season, really impressive, doing really, really well. Yeah, a good game. I'm going to do QPR 3, Hull City 1. And the final one is a Sunday game, and it is the Ding Dong Derby. The Hillsborough Derby. The Hillsborough Derby? The Sheffield Derby. Steel City Derby. Whatever you want to call it. Not the Hillsborough Derby, obviously. The Steel City Derby is being played at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday take on Sheffield United. 12 o'clock kickoff, I'm pretty sure, on Sunday. This is the all makings of an absolute classic, as both teams are right down there in the table, doing really, really poor. Sheffield, obviously, is due to stuff outside of football, behind the scenes, with the owner being an absolute clown and not selling up the club sooner and leaving them in a mess. But things are better. He's out of the club now. Admin is in force, I guess. And they're getting some point. I mean, they got a point against West Brom, who don't. And they got a point against Norwich City recently as well, which is great, considering it's a team that are in such a mess and the players are still putting in performances. Fair play to them. Sheffield United, they are getting paid. They're just in a mess for on the pitch reasons, I guess, and management reasons. Well, a bit of ownership as well, I'd say, actually, with them sacking Wilder after getting 96, 97 points last season, then rehiring him, and now they think that after rehiring him that the form would pick up. It's just not picked up at all. They're relying on blinking Callum O'Hare to drag them through the mud. It really is going to be a battle of the worst in the league, I guess. But yeah, I think Sheffield Wednesday will win it, though. I don't know why. I think they'll want it more. This is the only positive they've got this season. I watched Callum Fowler's video, his predictions, not long. I think it was literally last night. And he said that Sheffield Wednesday's main goal for this season is to drag them down with them. I'm going Sheffield Wednesday 2, Sheffield United 1. And that rounds it off. Thank you all for watching. Obviously, as you can tell by my face, the enthusiasm, I'm glad football is back and I've had a good break from Albion to chill out, to relax and to de-stress. Now, we're ready for football. But yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and up the Albion. Come on, you baggies. Come on.